We've got more on the debate over the future of the personal computer. Joining us now is Loren Loverde. He is a vice president at International Data Corporation, IDC, and his team just released their quarterly report on PC demand. Loren is in Miami this morning, and Loren, you argue that it's still too early to write the obituary for the PC. Why, at this stage, is the PC still a must-have tool in spite of the big gap in the growth rates between PCs and, say, smartphones and other mobile devices?
Sure. Thanks for having me. You know, the concept that the PC is dead is very premature. I mean, if we look at the current market size, PCs are shipping at about 350 million units a year. We look at devices like netbooks or mini notebooks, they're at around just 40 million, so a tenth of the size, roughly speaking. We've got a lot of hype around the iPad and that category, which is expected to ship less than 10 million this year. So the scale simply is just very different. You've mentioned, or there's been talk about several other trends, such as changes in the operating system market and cloud computing and so forth. These are very important trends, but they're much longer term. So, you know, for the next several years, at least for the next 5 years, we're going to see very strong growth in the PC market and very strong participation from these devices. Okay,
but Loren, take a look at what the companies themselves are doing. Companies like Dell, Intel, HP, they're all diversifying. IBM itself just got out of the PC business completely and is now just computer services, becoming the poster child for what a successful computer services company should look like. At the very least, doesn't that show the death of growth opportunities in PC?
Well, I would not say it implies the death of growth. We're actually projecting double-digit growth in total PCs for the next 5 years. It does reflect that it's a more competitive market, and there's been some consolidation. The exit of IBM was a long time in coming. IBM had, frankly, diversified a long time previous, and PCs were representing an underperforming, smaller part of their business. So that was different. You're talking about companies like Dell and HP and Intel that are very invested in the PC market right now, and they are making moves to ensure their long-term future. But these are moves that are going to pay dividends in the time frames of longer than 5 years.
Okay, let's take a look also and bring in some of the other markets around the world. I was in China, for instance, and even the most remote parts of the country had cell phone reception, 5 bars. Mobile phones and obviously these mobile devices cost a lot less than desktop PCs. Won't people in those markets just be able to leap over the PC and go straight to mobile devices and virtualization eventually?
Well, there's some potential there, and there have been some cases. If you look at the volume of mobile phone shipments today, it's about 3.5 times the volume of PCs. And you're right that in a lot of emerging markets and in specific cases, a lot more people have phones than PCs. But there are a lot of questions still unanswered about data security, what you're going to use the device for. PC prices are falling quite substantially. Is the device really going to be personal or even family-based, or is it going to be a mobile device? So there are a lot of other factors that we should be taking into account here.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. That's all we have time for today, but we appreciate your take on this debate. We've been speaking with Loren Loverde. He's the director of Worldwide PC Tracker at IDC in Miami.